Hey, what's happening, you guys? Credit D Will here from Sweetwater. Welcome to the channel, and thank you all for tuning in. In today's video, we're going to be talking about what are some of the best MIDI keyboards for beginners. I got a lot of different MIDI keyboards here in the studio with me today, and we're going to take a look at some of the key features and talk about why you want to choose one over another and what are some things that you might want to consider. If you want to check out any of the MIDI keyboards that you see in today's video or here in today's video, then check out the link to the description. That'll take you directly to our website, or you can always reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer that can get you squared away on any piece of gear that you're looking for. But y'all already know what's up. Let's dive in and let's get creative. So as a beginner or somebody that's just starting out, there are some things that you might want to consider before purchasing or picking up your first MIDI keyboard, because typically MIDI keyboards are not made the same. There are different parameters and features that each MIDI keyboard offers that can help you depending on your creative needs. Some things that you might want to consider. First off, what kind of music will you be creating? Is it hip hop, classical, EDM? Those all have a big impact on what type of controllers you want to pick up to create that specific genre of music. Next, you might want to consider how will you actually be utilizing this MIDI keyboard. Will you usually be utilizing it as a piano and you need multiple keys with multiple octaves, or do you need something compact and small and that has pads on it so you can bang out drum beats and these touch sensitive knobs so you can program them inside of your DAW? All of these are factors that you might want to consider. Another thing that you might want to think about is, do you need something compact and portable that can connect to multiple mobile devices, or you can just put in your book bag and take on the go? Or will you be connected to a computer and playing virtual instruments, because some MIDI controllers offer the benefit of DAW instrument software integration that comes with it. Another factor that might impact your decision on what type of MIDI keyboard you want to go for is, what type of expressiveness are you looking for? Will aftertouch be a useful feature for you? Would you prefer tiny keys, small keys, full-size keys, hammered action keys? These are all things that you might want to think about before diving in and making that purchase. As we go throughout this video and check out some of these MIDI keyboards and some of the key features, I hope you guys keep those things in mind and just take notes on which keyboard has which parameters that best suits your creative workflow. Let's dive in and let's talk about some compact keyboard controllers. First up, we got the Akai MPK Mini Mark II, and then we got the Akai MPK Mini Plus here. Now, when I think of compact controllers, I think of anything between 25 keys, which the MPK Mini has 25, and 37 keys, which the Mini Plus has those 37 keys. To me, that is compact, that is portable, something that you could just pick up, and it's very lightweight. You can put in your book bag. I consider that portable. Now, anything between like 49 to 61 to 88 keys, those are style keyboards that you're pretty much going to keep inside the studio and you're not going to travel with it. But with the MPK Mini and the MPK Mini Plus, you can actually pick up and go with these. The Akai MPK line of MIDI keyboards are very, very popular when it comes to beginners. A lot of people start off with this MIDI keyboard because it's so intuitive and it's so easy to use. And with that being said, both of these keyboards integrate very well in various DAWs because there's so many people utilizing them that DAW manufacturers write scripts for these MPKs. So some of the things that really stand out to me about the MPK is that, first off, they have these 8 backlit velocity sensitive MPC style pads. Now, if you're somebody that's familiar with the MPC, then you know that these pads are premium and they feel really good. Now, if you're somebody that's into hip hop music, then programming drum beats with these pads feels really, really good and feel comfortable, and they can really take a beating and you don't have to worry about breaking the controller. So that's one thing that I really love about the MPK Mini and the Plus, is that they have these 8 pads. Also, you have these 8 assignable endless knobs for mixing and tweaking plugins. So if you're somebody that likes to mix inside of your DAW, then you can map these knobs to different parameters on your mixer and actually control them with these endless knobs. So both the MPK Mini and the Mini Plus has this unique joystick right here that's a 4-way joystick for dynamic and pitch modulation. So that's something unique to these controllers. If that's something that you're into, the pitch and modulation, you have this joystick to actually do that, which is super cool. Now, the MPK Mini Plus over here has a few more features than the MPK Mini does. So it has a dedicated transport control right here that can map to your DAW. You can do play, you can record, you can actually record different sequences. If you have this thing hooked up to an MPC, you have stop, you have previous step or next step, and additionally, you get scales and chord functions within the MPK Mini Plus. You also have this pitch and modulation steering wheel, which you don't have on the Mini. So you get a few more features with the MPK Mini Plus. It is a little bit higher price tag, but if that is something that you want, you have those features in the Mini Plus. Next up, we have the Launchkey Mini MK3 25 key, and then we have the Launchkey 37 right here from Novation. So now the Launchkey from Novation comes in various sizes. You got this very small portable one, which is the 25 key. You got 37, you have 49, 61, and you even have an 88 key version of this same keyboard. So one of the standout features of the Launchkey Mini and the Launchkey 37 is the 16 RGB backlit velocity sensitive pads. So like the MPK Mini, they have the same style of pads for you to program drum beats, but these are a little bit different. They feel a little bit different, and you have more, and they're a lot smaller. So if that is something that you're into, you have smaller fingers, or you just like more pads, then with the Launchkey Mini and the Launchkey Mini 37, you will have more pads to actually program drum beats. So both the Launchkey Mini and the Launchkey 37 are optimized for Ableton Live with immediate access to all the controls you need in that software, but they do instantly map and work with most major DAWs. Matter of fact, the Launchkey 37 stays in the studio. If you've seen any of my previous videos, then you probably always see this MIDI keyboard sitting right here, and the reason being is because it maps to pretty much all major DAWs very easily, and there's a lot of different scripts written for these specific MIDI controllers. So now I love this one. The 37 stays in the studio. Now I would say that this is compact and you can travel with it, but it's not as compact as, let's say, the Mini or the Akai MPK 37. So you got to keep that in mind if you're getting the 37 version of this. Yes, it does have 37 keys, and it is a lot more compact than a 49 and 61, but the 37 key version of this has a little bit more robust and bigger feel. So both the Launchkey Mini and the Launchkey 37 has these 8 rotary knobs on them that can be mapped to different parameters inside of your DAW, but unlike the MPK, these do stop at a certain point, so you got to keep that in mind. You can map them up to a certain point. They're not endless rotation on them. The Launchkey Mini has these touch strips for the actual pitch and modulation features that comes included on this MIDI keyboard, and on the 37 we have actually pitch and modulation wheel. So if you are somebody that likes the wheel versus the touch strips, then you need to keep that in mind if you're getting the Launchkey Mini over the 37. So the 37 does have more transport controls. You have a cycle function, you have record, you have stop, and you have play, you have click and undo. So those are some very, very important parameters. That's probably one of the main reasons why I keep the Launchkey 37 in the studio, is because their transport has the click function, the quantize function, and the undo function that I utilize a lot inside of my DAW. If I make a mistake, I can just hit undo, and it automatically correlates inside of my DAW and undo that last thing that I've done. You also get the scale and the chord modes integrated in here, as well as the scale and chord modes inside the Mini. So if that's something that you're into, then you'll have both of those with these MIDI keyboards. If you are looking for a compact controller that offers DAW integration and comes with a lot of different virtual instruments and plugins to get you started right out the gate, then the Komplete Kontrol M32 from Native Instruments and the MiniLab 3 from Arturia are both great options, and they have a lot of different plugins included. Now the M32 here offers 32 keys. Up until this far, we've seen MIDI keyboards that offer 25 keys like the MiniLab here, and that offers 37 keys, but this is kind of like that in-between phase. It has 32 keys, so if you're looking for something that's not quite 37 keys and not small as 25 keys, then this can be a perfect fit for you. It comes with these 8 rotary knobs right here that actually controls the software that comes included. I have an instance of Cubase up here on the screen, and we got the Komplete Kontrol software up, and if you notice, if I touch one of these knobs right here, it's gonna actually correlate to the software, and the same thing goes for this transport section over here. This instantly maps to the DAW, and you can control different parameters inside of the Komplete Kontrol. So if I hit play right here, it's gonna play inside of my DAW. If I hit record in, it's gonna record in. I have loop, that's gonna enable the loop function inside of my DAW. Metronome, I can turn that on and off, and it has a scale and chord mode. So if I hit scale mode right here, you notice it brings up the scale mode, and I can actually change certain parameters right here and select the scale that I wanna be in. And it has a chord mode that allows you to actually play chords on the M32 just by pressing one key on the keyboard. Check this out. So the MiniLab 3 offers that same DAW-like instrument control with their Analogs Labs intro software that comes included with it. It offers 28 instruments and 500 different presets that you can browse by utilizing this rotary knob right here and this LED screen that comes included on the MiniLab 3. Also, the MiniLab 3 has these 8 RGB backlit pads right here that not only act as pad controls, but they act as transport controls as well that allows you to control within your DAW. So it comes with these 4 faders and these 8 rotary knobs that can control the Analog Labs intro software. So if I move one right here, you notice down here at the bottom of the screen, it's actually moving. And the same with these rotary knobs. And I can actually browse the presets within this software, select one, and play it. Both of these MIDI keyboards are great options. If you're looking for that DAW integration in a compact form factor, then both of these will get the job done. And if you know down the line that you're gonna be diving into Native Instruments ecosystem, or if you're gonna be diving into the Arturia's ecosystem with all their plugins, then these are both affordable options that allow you to get started in both of those different ecosystems. Next up on our list of compact MIDI controllers is the CME Xkey 37 key mobile USB keyboard controller. Now, this thing is an absolutely cool looking MIDI keyboard. It looks like a Apple keyboard, and it has this aluminum frame around it, and the keys feels like you're typing on a keyboard. So I really like the style and the feel of this one. It feels and looks premium, and I think that having this in your studio will give you just that creative vibe just by how it looks. So a lot of people don't really take that into consideration, that you have to feel inspired by the MIDI gear that you're using, the MIDI keyboard that you're using, or just your studio gear. I think that this just invites creativity because of the design, the sleekness of it, and it looks really good, especially if you're somebody that has Apple products like I have in the studio here. This goes very, very well in my setup. So like I said, the Xkey offers a slim, sleek design that is compact and portable. There are 37 full-size keys on here, but it does come in 25 keys. So if you want to get this same MIDI keyboard in 25 keys, you can get it in 25 keys. Additionally, the Xkey offers advanced sensing technology that provides 128 levels of velocity sensitivity and full polyphonic aftertouch. Yes, you get full polyphonic aftertouch in this small, compact keyboard. I don't think that there's any other MIDI keyboard on this list that we're going to talk about that's in the compact range that has polyphonic aftertouch. So if that is something that you're looking for in regards to expressiveness, then you have polyphonic aftertouch built into this MIDI keyboard. The key design on the Xkey is a little bit different from your traditional MIDI keyboard. The keys depresses evenly for added playability, and it kind of feels like I'm typing on a keyboard that you see for like a typing keyboard that you have with a computer. So that's super unique and cool, and I think that makes this MIDI keyboard stands out. So if you want something that's unique, cool, stylish, and just has a staple piece inside of your studio, then the Xkey might be for you. So far we talked about and saw a lot of different controls that are more compact and portable, and that offer a key range between 25 to like 37 or 32 keys with the M32. But what if you're somebody that needs more keys? Like if you're a piano player or somebody that's learning how to play the piano, then that 25 keys and 37 keys might not be enough for you. You might need something like 49 keys, 61 keys, and 88 keys that might better suit your needs. So I have a few different MIDI keyboards that we're going to talk about that can better suit those individuals. First up in the 49 key range, we have the M-Audio Keystation 49 MK3. Now, I absolutely love this MIDI keyboard just for the simplicity and ease of use. It is a lightweight, expressive keyboard that has 49 full-size synth action velocity sensitive keys. Over here to the left, you have familiar controls like your pitch and your mod wheel. You have a volume slider. You have octave up and down. You have a cursor over here, and then you have transport controls. So it's not a lot going on with this MIDI keyboard, but it is super duper easy and plug and play. It works both with Mac and PC, and it is iPhone compatible. So this is a great option if you're somebody that's just starting out and you want more keys. Then I would highly recommend the M-Audio Keystation 49 MK3. It's a great controller. Next up, we got one of my favorite MIDI controllers, which is the Kontrol S49 from Native Instruments. It is their new flagship MIDI controller, and it is jam-packed with a lot of different features. Now, the S49 comes with that same complete control software that we saw in the M32, which is kind of like a younger, little smaller brother of the S49 in regards to functionality. It pretty much does the same thing, but this has a lot more features. For one, we have this huge LED screen right here that shows us what's going on inside the DAW. You have those same DAW controls. If I select over right here, I can actually control my DAW inside of Cubase. You see me controlling it right here. And if I go back up to the complete control software and I hit plugin and I hit browser, now I can browse all of the different plugins that comes included in the complete bundle that I have. Or if you are somebody with Arturia plugins, those can actually be navigated and browsed through here as well. So because Arturia has implemented what is called NKS standard, which is native control standard, which allows third-party plugins to map perfectly to this, and you can control the parameters directly from these knobs and buttons right here. Now, if you want to know more about the S49 and all the features and in and out that this thing has to offer, then check out the link in the description. I did a complete video going over all the features of the Kontrol S49. It was kind of like a deep dive video that gave you pretty much all the updated features of this controller unit. One of the standout features about the S49 is that the keybed here offers polyphonic aftertouch. So I got an instrument here loaded up, the CS80. If I go to plugin right here and I press down on the keys, I got these mapped to chords. So anything that I play on here, if I play one key, it's gonna automatically play a chord for me. So if I play this C right here, can hear that I have a lot of expressiveness while I'm playing because of that polyphonic aftertouch. So that's a unique feature to the S49. It also comes in a 61 version. It comes in an 88 version that is hammered action, and those keys has polyphonic aftertouch built in as well. So that is something totally unique to the Native Instruments Control series, because you don't typically see that in 88 key versions with that hammered action and polyphonic aftertouch. So if you want to check out the S49, again, check out the link in the description. It'll take you to a video that's going to show you all the features about the S49, but this is an amazing DAW controller. If you're looking for a MIDI controller that integrates very well with your DAW, has a lot of software that comes included, integrates well with other manufacturers, and has that expressiveness through polyphonic aftertouch, then the Kontrol S series of keyboards are definitely right for you. The Nektar Impact LX88 Plus is an amazing option for 88 keys. This thing comes feature packed. You have pads, you have faders, you have knobs, you have a transport control that can map directly to your DAW, and also this thing has intelligent mapping to give you hands-on control of your DAW section. You can switch between mixer, instruments, and save preset modes for faster workflow. Now, if you are a pianist or somebody that's looking for 88 keys with hammered action keybed, then the Studiologic SL88 Studio 88 key is an amazing option for you. The SL88 offers a premium hammered action keybed, and the keybed itself transmits velocity and aftertouch information. Now, with these bigger MIDI keyboards, if you get into hammered action, then you probably want to get a pedal. The SL88 does come with the connection options for that. You have two switch, one continuous and one universal. So if that is something that you're into and you want to grab a pedal, make sure you reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer, because these pedals have to have compatibility with the specific MIDI controller. And that's not just with the SL88, that's with any MIDI controller that you pick up. You want to always reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer and see if this thing actually works with your MIDI controller. Now, if you're picking up one of the bigger MIDI keyboards like the SL88 or the Nektar Impact, then I highly recommend you guys check out some stands for it, because these things are a lot bigger than your traditional MIDI keyboards like the Launchkey 37 that I have here. This can fit on my desktop, but something like the SL88 probably wouldn't fit on this desktop, and I would need a stand to put that on. So make sure you check out stands. I'll leave some linked in the description for you guys so you guys can go directly to them, but that's always a great thing to have in mind. Those are some of the best MIDI keyboards for beginners. I hope you guys found value in this video. If you did, then do me a favor, hit that thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future up and coming videos talking about great gear like you saw in today's video. And if you want more information on the best MIDI keyboards for beginners, then check out this NSYNC article, or you can always just reach out to your Sweetwater sales engineer and they can get you squared away on any gear that you're looking for. Until next time, be creative.